Hello everybody and welcome here to Auto Challenge Season 3, Episode 2. As we are continuing along with our showing you the stuff on the TV screen using the Chromecast. Google still doesn't send when if you're using Chromecast. But anyways, we're now ready to reveal to you the two cars that are competing for this week. That's what you want, right?
Oh yeah, look at that. Nissan right there. But that's a bad looking car, baby.
I know, it does look pretty bad. It's pretty ugly, actually. Compared to the Ferrari. That's literally what LaFerrari means. Ferrari, the Ferrari. Not the most brilliant name choice ever, but we are ready to see. Can the Blader Summer with the Nissan 370Z win again? Or will the first ever hybrid get a win with the Ferrari LaFerrari? This is our third week that we have featured hybrid supercars. And now it is time for our here's a new car that's coming out, or has came out in the last year, segment of a picture where the Blader Summers decided to talk about a car from the 70s.
Yes, I did pick a car from the 70s. You know, because I think it's the thing with that car, if you got a nice picture of it up there, that would be really, really awesome. So people can really see the coolness about it. Now see, that's kind of an unfair picture of it. Because, I mean, sure, that's one of the situations that happen, being that it's a three-wheel car. However, it's actually something that is very important. You know, how it really worked well back in the old days.
Yeah.
You know, is that it actually
in English
could be actually, because being as a three-wheel, it actually be classified for lower taxes as a motorcycle.
Yeah, so that was helpful on all.
You know, and actually a lot of people who didn't, couldn't afford to have the licenses in a car, and went with having, the lower motorcycle taxes and different types of licenses. The working man in England could use that car, which has been called the plastic pig for its look, and actually stay warm. So it's actually very functional for the people, the working man and woman out there that would have that would need just some good transportation, inexpensive transportation to get to work, which is really important. So I think today, let's say that you can't beat it for all around economy.
Which is funny because they're the ones that said it. Nobody just went out and said, yes, it's good for the economy or something. I don't know. But anyways.
So for tough times in Europe, in England, tough times.
If you live in Europe right now, this is the car you should buy.
Well, for people
if you live in Spain.
Well, see, that's one of the things.
Or Greece.
Greece was really, really popular in Greece. That's when
now,
Greece and India had taken the car over, and when England doesn't doing them anymore. And again, it doesn't jump out as being, anything. Cool. It's more pretty utilitarian. It's just, no frills. It's not, anything that's going to be amazingly crazy. But for just that working man and woman getting to work, just kind of getting from point A to point B, and being very inexpensive, what more could you ask for? And it got you there, and if you're a multi-millionaire and you want to get yourself a Lamborghini that's one thing, but for just that
would you buy this car yourself?
When I was about 20 years old, that would make sense. And you had more money for other stuff rather than worry about your transportation. If you just needed a car to zip across town to get to work, that's the car. Hey, why not?
Now, it wouldn't be practical for our driveway, because you come out of the driveway. You couldn't leave our driveway. You couldn't leave our driveway with that car.
But I think that, for what it was, and it really, really served a purpose. That was the value. I mean, it never took off quite like the Volkswagen Beetle, which was had the same premise. It was,
it was a small three-wheel car.
It's for the car for the people. And it's for people who just don't have a lot of money.
Right.
That's the way to go. So, it kind of needs a shout out. It gets picked on. This car is renowned
For
on
falling
Europe,
over.
on especially British television and comedians
Top
picking
Gear.
on the car.
Top
Sure,
Gear.
they picked on it.
That was
So its popularity and notoriety it comes,
That's what that
again.
picture was in the beginning. Was it tipped over? That was
Yeah.
from Top Gear.
But it's good stuff. Good stuff. A lot of fun. Very practical for people. But it was picked on. So, but Top Gear can, they got a multi-billion-dollar budget. What are they can pick on these cars. But I tell you what, if Jeremy was a minimum wage person working at a grocery store, he wouldn't be driving around picking on that thing rather than being a $1 million TV show host. If he was at minimum wage, working in a factory or working in a store, and this is what you got, that you could, on a crappy day, be out there driving to work and being warm and getting where you got to go. Phew, this car's not a bad deal. Because that's the thing. More people are, don't make a lot of money, and, this is the way to go. So that's my thing. There you go.
Right. Now, before I start talking about my thing, we have a special coming up for you in a few weeks, which we will start recording soon. We have a special for the 2 years of my channel, which hopefully we will get recorded very soon so we can have that all worked out and ready for you guys to see. But now we're going to reveal to you what it is. Before I start talking about my car, which will also give the Blader Summer more time to look up his Nissan, well, I already have all my stuff ready. Right, this here is our special. We have each picked our 10 favorite cars, or for me I picked 14, because I picked 4 as my 10th car. But now we're not going to give you the orders of which one's in, because then that ruins our special. But these are the ones that I picked. We have a Subaru Crosstrek, a Ford Fiesta, Subaru BRZ, Mercedes-Benz SLS, Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, Pagani Huayra, Ferrari 458 Italia, McLaren F1, Bugatti Veyron, Lamborghini Murcielago LP650-4 SV, Ferrari LaFerrari, McLaren P1, and Porsche 918 Spider. And those are all the cars that I've picked as my top 10/14 cars. And this is going to be cool. And now we're going to give you information about them. Obviously, we're not going to go into long detail arguing about which car is better, because it's not about that. It's about which one we think is better. And now, we will show you the pick that the Blader Summer has made for his 10 favorite cars, and then we will have our, again, like I said, special where you're going to see which order they are all in. So the Blader Summer has picked the Koenigsegg Agera R, the Porsche 911, as you can see that's an old one from, what year did you pick for the Porsche 911? What year did you pick for the Porsche 911? Was it like 78?
Like 78.
Yeah, that's the 78 Porsche 911. We have the new Subaru STI. For the pictures, I picked all of them to be the newest model, except for the Porsche, which you would specifically pick to be the one from 78. So we have the new WRX. We have the Triumph TR6, the Lamborghini Countach, which is actually, that one actually isn't the one I was going to pick. Okay, that's the Jeep Wrangler. That is the Maserati Grand Cabrio, right? Here we got the Range Rover Evoque, the Aston Martin DB9, and the Nissan 370Z or whatever.
Look at that beauty.
Right. So now, it is time for me to tell you about an important car. And here it is. This here is the Lamborghini LP720-450 Anniversario car. This one here is the special edition Lamborghini Aventador, which was made in 2013 to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Lamborghini. They released 3 cars. This one here, the Aventador Anniversario. I don't think I'm saying that right, am I? Anniversario, that's not how you probably say it in Italian. Anniversario.
Anniversario.
Anniversario. Okay, so the Anniversario, which this car is. So they have, like I said, the Anniversario and the Veneno and the Egoista. This one here, obviously they made the most of, but this one here, really, it looks like a regular Aventador, but it just looks better. For some reason, I think this looks better than regular Aventador, even though I know it's basically the same. But it has some fancy little air intake things, and it has Italian people made it, obviously, because it's an Italian car. Going through the stuff here, and that's what it tells me. It has a lot of technology. So as we compare the two cars that we talked about in our introduction, obviously the Aventador would beat the Reliant Robin, but obviously, as later summer said, the Reliant Robin is more affordable than the Aventador, which obviously you know. This in here has, so let's break down the name of the Aventador. LP stands for something. 720 is how many horsepower it has. Dash 4, which means 4-wheel drive. And the 50 with a little small circle next to it. What was that supposed to mean? It's 50 with a little small circle. 50 with a little small circle?
With a small circle? Oh, degrees.
50 degrees? I don't know, it's probably something.
That's a degree symbol.
But I believe it's probably just there for the 50th anniversary. Oh yeah, that was part of their, I don't know, it was just part of something that Lamborghini had put on there. And the Anniversario, which we already talked about, goes along with the 50, so the 50 Anniversario means the 50th anniversary of Lamborghini. And each one comes with a small Lamborghini badge on it, which is for the 50th anniversary. So I'm going to look for that right now. Okay, so here is what it's going to be. This here is the badge that each car will come with on it. This one here for the 50 Anniversario. See, you can see it by the little 50 right there. It's like a little triangle. So maybe, I don't know, probably just for design.
Maybe.
But anyways, this car is really cool. Well, actually, you can see the difference in the front of it. It's got a different front downforce than the other one. It's got different intakes than the regular Aventador. But that's basically all I gotta say about it. But it's really just a cool, awesome, crazy Lamborghini. Like all Lamborghinis are. And now it is time for the actual challenge to begin. And we begin here with the Blitter Summer making you really bored as he talks about some Nissan. Which looks a bit like a Nissan Leaf.
Well, I tell you.
Look at the headlights, does it not look like a Nissan Leaf? It looks like a Leaf.
Well, why are you picking on this? Look at that. It looks. This
It
car.
doesn't look cool.
Why you would? You wouldn't drive that car?
No.
You would.
It doesn't look cool.
If someone put this car in the driveway and said, "Here are the keys. Happy birthday."
I mean, I would drive it, but I'm not just gonna be like, yes, I want a Nissan 370Z or whatever you call it.
Really? Now that car, you see the lines on that? Boy, it looks an awful lot like a Porsche now, doesn't it?
No, not really.
It doesn't look like a Porsche.
No.
And it has a very similar body style to the Targa.
To what?
And the Carrera, doesn't it?
No.
No.
No. Is that what it says right there?
It has it's very similar to a lot of the European style in the sports car, and with a coupe like that, with the hatchback styling. Okay, and the car itself is it's a good car.
Okay, so hold on for a second. You say it looks like the Carrera.
There's a lot of it may have been maybe some a little bit older one, but not the brand new one's a little more squat, but.
Okay, we are going to show you a picture of a Porsche Carrera. Boom! Doesn't look anything like it. Look at it. I look
It's
at
the
that.
same exact. It's almost the same exact line.
It isn't. Look at it. It dips down in the front from the headlights, and it has that little grill
But
in
it
the
has
front,
that
and it's less square.
same short
No,
back.
the back it looks the same. Yes, but
And it
does
has
the
same,
front?
that same like long nose?
No, no. Yes, the front is long. Yes, but you look here, and it dips down in the headlights.
I didn't say it was a spitting image.
No, you did. You clearly said that they're the same. And then it has these little lines here.
Styling.
You said that basically means that styling means to look the same. If you were the same style as me,
Isn't it supposed to be my part to talk?
if you have the
Is it
same,
supposed to be my part to talk?
if you have the same style as me,
Well, if you don't need me, I'll just leave.
that means you wear the same jacket as me. If you wear the same style as me. Okay, continue
You
about
have my tie.
what?
You wear my ties, my sunglasses, my hat.
I don't wear hats. The LA has mine. The Red Sox hat's mine. The Jets one's the only one that I took from you is the World Series in 2004. And yeah, because all the other ones are flat rims. You don't wear flat rims.
No, flat rims are late.
Just like you.
Wow.
I
Very
won.
attacking and adversarial. I'm not sure. I like the tone of this one. Anyway,
I beat you.
if you're gonna win, you can win. I don't care. Okay. All right. I forfeit.
Oh my gosh. Why? Because it said that flat brim hats you said aren't cool.
No, actually, trying to talk about this car. If you don't want me to talk about it, I'll talk about it.
I'm trying to tell you you're wrong.
Well, it has that very similar coupe styling. It comes from the same type of style. The thing that's important to know about this Nissan is
That it doesn't look like this Porsche.
well, this is that's a newer one. I didn't say it looked like that.
Anyway, this here is the Porsche Carrera GT though. That's a crazy fast one.
thing now.
No, but you said Carrera.
Oh gosh.
I win.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. Anyway,
Let's get your.
the 370Z is an affordable car. It comes in around between 28 and 40,000. So you get a nice car, 330 some horsepower. It goes really fast.
Is that what the number means?
Looks
370?
nice and clean. Got some good looks to it. You could go on the. You could turn.
Is that
some
what
heads.
that means? 370? Is that how much horsepower it has?
Well, no, it just comes. It's a numeral system back when they were Datsuns. They have the 280, the 240, 260, and the 280Z, and this is what this one comes from. Then when Nissan took over Datsun,
I love they just changed their name.
they had the ones with the same numbers, but they kept they had the 350 and the 370Z, and they're like that, and they're really just nice sports cars. They can have a lot of fun. They've got great. It's got nimble handling. It has like for all the cars in the class. It has like it's in the top 5 of affordable sports cars, and it's kind of suspect the other cars that are in it. So like what you want. The thing like the Miata doesn't compare speed and handling, but it's got the rag top and they're fun little sports cars, but good. They're just fun. They have a nice look, good, clean, smooth lines. I mean, I would love to drive one of those. Like that black one, but the white one looks pretty nice. And you just go off and do some driving like that. Go through the mountains. Good handling car. Fast. And it's reasonable. It's something that somebody who wants a really excellent performance car but you can't afford a Lamborghini or an Aston Martin or a McLaren or anything, or Porsche, anything, or even going into the Ferraris. You can't, and you're gonna get a very similar type of an experience simply because you're never gonna, sure, you can see the Koenigsegg and the Aventadors and all those, but where in the heck, let's say like in the Northeast, are you gonna go 200 miles an hour? Where can you drive a car 200 miles an hour? Nowhere. Anything that goes above 100.
Now look at that car.
That's a good looking car.
Look at it. Now look at this car. And tell me they don't look similar.
They don't.
They do! The headlights
Well, oh, there you go. The headlights look a lot alike.
and the front of it.
Yeah. Well,
This one here's a hybrid, which is better.
see what happened is when they built the hybrid, they had to find the smoothest and slickest, most aerodynamic design. So wouldn't it make sense to have a similar nose? Have a performance car for aerodynamics, and an economy car for
They
aerodynamics.
copied off the Leaf.
If you have an aerodynamic design, that's why most of the muscle cars or the supercars are very similar in their design, because that is probably the most efficient aerodynamic design.
No.
So that's why. Because
Anyways.
once you get your maximum aerodynamic design, you have to it has to be kind of similar, because you're not going to get any better. So,
Can we please finish talking about your Nissan now?
So, with that said, you can say all you want about any of them big supercars. Unless you're in the evil top 1% of the people who have most of the money, you're not going to be able to afford one of them supercars. So this is the kind of a supercar you can get that the working man. And you trying to make a point that being a
Oh
working
my gosh,
man,
stop trying to just say that I'm trying to say anything about anybody, because I'm not. I'm not saying anything about anything.
The Nissan
I don't care about the
370Z
Nissan 370Z.
is the performance car, the
Is it?
car for the masses.
Oh, I haven't put a picture up.
So if you want a nice, a real nice car, one that would actually be, again, we're going back to taking care of the working man a little bit. Our everyday, guy going to work and putting in his 40, 50 hours a week and working hard and earning his money, not having a hand down from the nouveau riche and, bourgeoisie. It's going to be the working man. It's going to be that guy that saves up, works hard, and saves up that last penny to go buy that car. That's going to be that status symbol, that real auto, that handling thing. That's what this is for. Not for the Bill Gates, not for the Warren Buffetts, not for those extremely rich people. This is for the man. This is for the working man. So, hail for the working man. So, if you wanna just take a pot shot at the working man, cut the working man down, cut down the working man's car. Go ahead. The American hard working.
Anyways, now that you're being annoying, we have an interesting thing, which is the Ferrari LaFerrari. And this here's its engine, which is already more interesting than looking at your car. And there it is. That was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right. Now this one here is another one of the hybrid supercars that came out all at the same time, together. We had the Ferrari LaFerrari.
Can you buy that car?
No. Can you buy that? Can you buy the other car? Can you buy the Nissan?
Could I?
Right now, could you buy it?
Could I buy it this minute?
Yes, right now.
I can afford it.
Could you really?
Yeah.
Could you?
Yeah.
How much more does it cost?
It only costs $7,000 more than the Forester.
That's like $26,000. At least you don't. Anyways,
The Forester was 22.
so that'll be 28. Do you say you can only buy a car for like 26,000?
You can buy the base one for 28. That Nissan.
Anyways, Nobody really cares.
Oh, but I could buy it. You can't buy this. This is not. You can't even.
I can't even buy a car. How am I supposed to buy this?
No, but it's just in my above average salary, I couldn't afford that car.
Doesn't.
So that means if I can't with an above average salary, I can't afford it. That means half of the world, half of America, and over half the world can't afford that.
They already sold out of all these cars. They're all gone, sold. Nobody can buy them anyways. They only have 499 of these. But can I get back to what I was saying before you cut me off? Okay.
Oh, I couldn't even say anything because you wouldn't stop talking.
Exactly. But my stuff is actually interesting.
Well, you did do a nice job on the presentation, but
Can I finish before you just walk out?
You can keep talking. You don't need me for the moment. Go ahead.
Well, you're gonna have to come back in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And generally, do come back instead of saying you're gonna come back and not come back for like 20 minutes. And I gotta.
Why are you being critical? Just do your piece. And no one would even know I left.
Well, they do now. Anyways, this here is the car in a video about some stuff. Doesn't even make any sense why we're having a competition. So annoying. Anyways, like this has here, you can see all the part of it. The screen is the 163 horsepower electric engine, and the other part of it is the 800 horsepower combustion engine, which total will make 963 horsepower, which is interesting. Now we will show you with that, showing numbers again, because I thought this was a very important part. Right. Okay, now here is a cool picture of this car. Oh, wow. This car here has many, many things. Ooh, I think I like this diagram. I like this. So this in here is the way the LaFerrari sort of, its structure inside of the car is. And here it is. So first you have your main gas engine. Then you have the Blitter Summer farting as he walks in. Stop farting while I'm presenting this. Then you have more of the engine, that's actually the gearbox part. And then you have the gas-powered engine part. I mean stop! You have the electric part of the engine. And there's more parts of the engine that are electric, and there's some fans at the front. Stop coming near me! Get over there! And then this here is more of the stuff that sort of puts it all together. And, and then we have the
I'm gonna heave.
Exhaust stuff coming out of the car.
Is that some exhaust?
And then we have the steering wheel and all of that steering stuff, which is very interesting. And this here shows you how aerodynamic it is.
Butt's aerodynamic.
Is it? But there it is with air moving over it.
My butt has air moving over it.
Anyways. Why'd you have to come back now? Oh, look at that. It's like revving its engine.
I just revved my engine.
You're so annoying. And it has fancy styling.
My butt's got fancy styling.
Stop! We draw back the covering of the look, and look at that. It's all sketched out.
And that butt's all sketched
Stop!
out.
I'm trying to present something generally good here about an interesting car, and you're going about how your butt's aerodynamic. My butt's aerodynamic! What's wrong with you? This here, like I said, is the Ferrari, but look at that. 693 horsepower, and only 499 people can buy it. Crazy that. Now that your smell has left the air, we can continue our conversation.
I can do it again.
Oh, no. But I think this here is one of the most important parts of the whole car that we cover, the basis of how the engine is.
Did you do this already?
No, I'm just recapping what I said.
Oh, please don't.
No, please
I'm
do.
good.
This here, like I said, is the engine of the car, which is interesting. Ooh. That's a Formula 1 car. Why are you showing me a Formula 1 car?
I don't know.
I don't care. Styling. Right. So now we're going to show you this picture and go over some of the other important information before I get my victory on the wall. This here is the car, and it has... Oh yeah, it'll cost you £1 million each.
How about dollars?
It doesn't have it on here. Or is this euros? No,
It's a conversion chart.
No, that is pounds. Well, I have to open up the new tab. $16 million. That was
1.6 million.
1.6. Yeah, who cares? 1.6 million, which is more money than you have.
Right. So that's like.
And
This car is inconsequential to me and most of the world.
Great.
This car can be there, sort of like trying to own the Empire State Building. Kind of, it's impossible.
Anyways, this here is also known as the F70, which comes after the F60, which is the Enzo, which comes after the F50, which is the F50, which comes after the F40, which is the F40. This here is a really cool car.
Okay.
And it's a hybrid,
Okay.
which is important that we go over that.
Okay.
And I already went over how much horsepower it has.
Yep.
Any other important information.
Okay.
Listen here, they had no input from Pininfarina, what's that called, right? Pininfarina?
Pininfarina.
They had no input making of this Ferrari, which is the first time that Ferrari has had no Pininfarina helping them design it at all. The last time they did it in 1973 with the Dino. And it's rare thing for them not to work together. They have two new ones that are designed with Pininfarina that have not showed yet. Oh, and they might. And they're not going to end their business with Pininfarina. They're definitely going to keep working with them. But now, before we end this very interesting thing and I win, I want to show you this. Two great Ferraris together in a tunnel. With the doors open.
Yeah.
The Ferrari Enzo and the Ferrari. Quite interesting. So who wins?
The Enzo.
Who wins this week's challenge? The Ferrari obviously wins.
It's like, well, you had a very nice presentation. Well done. Kudos to you, but my car's better.
I win. We'll have the award in a minute. We've come here to the winners award ceremony. As you see, I have won finally in our thing here. And it just ended in like a way of couple later this summer. Saying that he can't compete anymore. Not that we're not going to have this anymore, but after the season might be over. Because I've advanced so much in it, and he just has the same thing. Diagrams and everything, so we have to... He doesn't hold me back from advancing anymore, so we'll see. Keep it after season 3. But anyways, here we have the winner's award. And there's what the picture for this time will be. And we have the LaFerrari, and it says 2 beating hearts. Why do I have 2 pages? Anyways, there you have it. The second car of season 2. And now we are all ready to print it out and bring it into this world. No, don't print out the 2 freaking pages. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.